Welcome students in lecture number 4, definite integrals by contour integration, type 4th. In the continuation of last lecture, we start this lecture. In the last lecture, we solve Fourier integrals by contour integration with the help of Jordan's lemma. In this lecture, we solve an improper integration from minus infinity to infinity fx dx. Here complex function corresponding to fx has poles on the real axis. To evaluate this integral, we use the technique of indented contours. What is indented contours? Indented contour is a closed contour in which we avoid the poles of fz which lie on real axis by taking small semicircles with their center at the pole and whose radii may be made to tend to 0. That is, if function fz has 3 poles on the real axis, then we take contour avoiding these 3 poles by semicircles in this way. Here we take an example of indented contour. We have to evaluate integration minus infinity to infinity fx dx by residue, and pole of fz is a simple pole z equal to c which lie on real axis. So we use indented contour to solve this integration. This indented contour consists of a circle CR whose center is origin and radius is capital R, then straight line minus R2 minus R plus C, then a small circle CR, then C plus R2 capital R. So when we solve this type of integration, then first we make an indented contour, then we apply the Cauchy residue theorem. Before an example, we take an important theorem which we use in the next example. Here we take theorem without proof. This theorem states that if fz has a simple pole z equal to c which lie on real axis and residue of pole of this function is equal to k, then integration of this function along a circle CR whose center at z equal to c, this circle is a semicircle, then the value of this integration CR fz dz equal to pi iota into k. That is, this theorem states that if we integrate a function along contour CR in counterclockwise direction whose center is z equal to c and radius is very small, then the value of this integration is pi iota into k. If we take this contour in counterclockwise, then we use the symbol CR, and if we take this contour in clockwise direction, then we use the symbol minus CR, and the value of integration minus CR fz dz is equal to minus CR fz dz. We use this theorem in the next example. Here we take an important example. In this example, we have to evaluate integration 0 to infinitive sin mx upon x dx m is greater than 0. In this function, trigonometrical function is multiplied by a rational number. So, to evaluate this function, we take fz equal to e raised to power iota mz upon z. When we solve this function for finding the singularity, then we see that this function has only a simple pole z equal to 0 which lie on the real axis and no other pole in upper half plane. To solve this integration, we take an indented contour which consists indented contour C, which consists of a large circle CR whose center is origin and radius is capital R. Then straight line from minus R to minus small r, and then a circle whose direction in clockwise direction, and from R to R a straight line. Now we solve this integration by contour integration by Cauchy residue theorem. Here there is no pole in the contour, so by the Cauchy residue theorem, the value of integration C fz dz equal to 0. This integration is written as, first we integrate along CR, then minus R to minus small r, minus capital R to minus small r fx dx, then in clockwise direction we integrate along small cr whose center is 0 0, and then straight line R to capital R. First we calculate the value of integration CR fz dz. Here the value of mod z tends to 0 as R tends to infinitive. Fz satisfy all the conditions of Jordan's lemma. Therefore, by the Jordan's lemma, the value of integration limit capital R tends to infinitive integration CR e raised to power iota mz upon z equals to 0. Now we evaluate the value of integration of fz along semicircle. Here z equal to 0 is a simple pole of the function. So first we calculate the residue of this pole. We get the value of this pole is equal to 1. So by the theorem for small circles which we see in this lecture, limit r tends to 0 integration CR fz dz equal to pi iota into 1, that is pi iota. But in our contour we have to find the value of integration minus CR fz dz, which is equal to minus CR fz dz. So the value of our integration is minus pi iota. On applying, capital R tends to infinitive and small r tends to 0 in equation first. By using second and third, we get equation first is 0 plus limit capital R tends to infinitive minus R to 0 fx dx the value of small r the value of second integration minus cr fz dz is equal to minus iota pi, then limit r tends to 0, r tends to infinity, integration 0 to r fx ds equal to 0. So this integration is written as minus infinity to 0 fx dx plus 0 to infinity fx dx equal to iota pi. The value of integration minus infinity to infinity fx dx equal to pi iota. On putting the value of function, we get minus infinity to infinity e raised to power iota mx upon x equal to pi iota. On comparing imaginary part in equation 4, we get the value of integration minus infinity to infinity mx dx equals to pi. Because sin mx upon x is an even function, by the property of definite integration, the integration becomes 0 to infinity sin mx upon x dx into 2 equals to pi, or integration from 0 to infinity sin mx upon x dx equal to pi by 2. So in this way we easily calculate the values of improper integration in which the function in complex plane has its pole on the real axis. Now we take another problem. Here we take only procedure how to solve this problem. Dear student, you will try this question later. Here I give only hint of this question. We are given to evaluate integration minus infinity to infinity sin x upon x into x square minus 2x plus 2 dx by contour integration. First, we see that in this question trigonometrical function is multiplied by rational function. So we take function fz equal to e raised to power iota z upon z into z square minus 2z plus 2. Then we calculate the pole of fz. Here we get 3 simple poles, but z equal to 0 is lie on the real axis. So we make an indented contour in which we avoid this pole. We take a large circle, then straight line, a small circle, then a straight line. In this question, one pole z equal to 1 plus iota lie in upper half plane. So first we calculate the residue of pole z equal to 1 plus iota, and then by the Cauchy residue theorem the value of integration is 2 pi iota into residue at z equal to 1 plus iota. So we calculate this value, and then we put the value of integration cfz dz into as sum of 4 integration cr fz dz, then minus capital R to minus small r fx dx, then integration minus cr fz dz, and then r to capital R fx dx. This integration is evaluated by Jordan's lemma, which has value 0, and this integration is solved, which we solve by the theorem which we discuss in this lecture. First we calculate residue at z equal to 0, uh, and value of residue is half. So, pi iota into k, pi into half are values, and finally we get the value of this integral on comparing the imaginary part of this integration on both sides. So, student, we discuss next type of definite integral in the next lecture. Thank you very much.